main event today, a fight that I'm very excited about. I think every now and again you bring two fighters together, and even by the head-to-head you can tell this is going to be a great fight. June 25th, the O2 Arena, George Groves against Martin Murray, official eliminator for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship of the World. It's a really big domestic fight between two world-class operators. Of course, we know that George Groves has been involved in some big domestic and world title fights with big profile in the UK, and Martin Murray has been involved in some huge world title fights all around the world, and finally he gets his chance to have that huge profile fight in the UK. June 25th is a very special night, of course. The return of Anthony Joshua defending his IBF heavyweight world title. Of course, this wonderful fight. Chris Eubank Jr. returning, defending his British middleweight title against Tom Doran. Dillian White, who's just joined Matchroom, will also be on the bill. Conor Benn as well. John Wayne Hibbert against Andreas Scarpa for the WBC silver title, and a couple of other title fights still to be added. It's a great fight here and a great night, and as always we thank our exclusive broadcast partner Sky Sports, and I'll pass to Adam Smith to talk about the night and also about this great fight.
Well, the night's fantastic. June the 25th, another one for Anthony Joshua, and the electric atmosphere that Joshua fights bring. The unbeaten American Dominic Brazil, we've been with him in California, and he really fancies the chances of bringing that IBF crown back to the States and make up for what he felt was a very embarrassing performance from Charles Martin, his compatriot. We look forward to the main event as always with Joshua, but what a card, and this one, I mean, we were in London last week for Chris Eubank and Tom Doran. We know Conor Benn's on the card, we just heard Dillian White's going to be involved. But this fight for me is one of those great 50-50 domestic dust-ups with everything to gain for the winner as well. You know, Martin Murray badly needs a big victory. George Groves badly needs a big victory. I think their styles are going to mesh. What I like about it is that they've got huge respect for each other as well. Yeah, they both know this is a really tough fight, and it's going to be a tough fight. You know, George is the more natural super middleweight, maybe with that long jab and maybe the extra skill set, who knows. Martin Murray comes in with probably more experience. He's been on the road, he's had those chances at world titles, and I know he wants another one. I think it's a fantastic throwback type of fight, and I tell you what, it's the one fight on the night I'm looking forward to the most. Thank you, Eddie, for making it.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you also to my friend and long-time business partner, Callie Sowland, for helping to make this fight. We know you're also, like us, invested in the division, and this is a fight where, although a world title is not officially yet on the line, we know that it's a must-win for our boys, and a great fight to be involved with on June 25th.
That's also extend those compliments back. Also thank you, Adam, and the whole team at Sky. Yeah, it's a division that we've got a history in, a division where we have a rich history in as a company. It's a decision taken a couple of years back to go down the road with George, a road which has had a down last year. However, now working together with Shane, we feel we're very much back on track. I think you see it wasn't world-class opposition in January last month, but the way George walked through these challenges, you really see that the path is on the right way again. This, of course, is a big step up. Martin Murray is definitely a world-class contender. We believe that George will be the next world champion out of our stable at this weight class. And you know, people just say it's a 50-50 fight. I was thinking of playing this morning. Both guys, if you look at it on paper, three world title chances. 3 times they've lost, but 3 times under very different circumstances. They have, and it's been always a case of misfortune, a case of an act of superb skill against them, or there's been no fights where they've been outclassed. On Martin's side, I would say promoted the fight over in Germany against Abraham. It was up till the 8th round, and it was after that. it was a very close finish. It was, for me, he definitely won the fight against Felix Storm. And you know, if you look at George's challenges, also a lot of misfortune in the fights. You know, I'm not going to talk about the Jack fight again, but you know, had those been under different circumstances, now I think you know we'd be sitting here with a green belt in front of us, and that's what we're here for. And this is a fight that takes us to the next stage. And I think the difference on the night, in our eyes, will be that although they're both definitely world title and world-class fighters, I think that what Adam said at the beginning, I think that extra skill set that George Groves brings, that will be the difference on the evening.
Thank you, Callum. And obviously a big member of the team now, developing a very strong talent, a stable in British boxing, and taking George through those first 2 wins. Shane McGuigan, finally a fight for you to really get your teeth into with George Groves.
Yeah, I think this is the first real challenge for us as a team. I believe George is maturing a lot as a fighter. You know, he's taking his losses, you know, as a learning curve. And I believe what we're doing in the gym is going to show in the night. I think Martin Murray's not, you know, you can see the size difference today. You know, George is a fully fledged super middleweight. He was 75 kilos an amateur. You know, since he was 15, so he's a massive lump at super middleweight, and Martin's coming up, and I think that's going to be a big factor. Plus the skills in our hands. So I think it's a great fight for George at this stage of his career, and one I'm very, very confident he can win.
What do you feel will be the difference in the fight? Obviously, you talked about the size, but how do you see the fight playing out? Obviously, without giving too many tactics away, but I know that you're big on tactics. And what do you feel will be the defining difference? The skill set or other factors as well?
I think it's going to be skill. I think you know, clearly Martin can take a phenomenal shot. You know, he took Golovkin, who's a well-known puncher, at 11 rounds, and you know, by all accounts, apparently Golovkin doesn't rate your power. But I think Martin Murray will after the fight. I think you know George can definitely whack, and you know, with the stuff that we're doing in the gym, it's all come together. You know, he's sparred yesterday. He's the best I've seen him, and we're quite a long way out from this fight. So I'm really excited for him to put on a performance. And I think it's going to be fight of the night.